Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning? Welcome to week 3, day 3 of Jesus, Joan, and Journal. I'm excited to be here with you this morning. And we are like halfway there. Today is I think it's the 17th. Oh, yeah. And we are halfway no, today's the 16th. So we are halfway to the month already. Can you believe it? Oh my God. We are halfway there. Good morning, Elder Lexi. Nice to see you. We are halfway through the month already, you all. Oh my God. It's the 16th. And so in 2 weeks, we will be approaching the 8th month of the year, which means half of the year is already gone. Yeah, right? So, what have you done so far in building your legacy? What have you done so far in working through and all the gifts that God has given you? I know you have started. I know a lot of you have, but what about all those of you that have not done anything yet? Listen, we still have time. That's the most beautiful thing, right? Well, when I say we still have time, if God keeps us through the end of the year, we still have some time between now and the year is ending. That's what I mean to say, because we really don't have time, right? We have to do things now. This morning, I love my theme. Good morning, Louie. Nice to see you. This morning, I love my theme. My theme is honest scales and integrity. We're talking about building businesses for the kingdom all of this week, all of week 3. And so the theme for today, or the feature or focus for today, is honest scales and integrity. And we're going to go to Proverbs 11 and verse 1. But before I do that, let me run the intro for 44 seconds and I'll be back. Get your pen, your coffee, your tea, your journal, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, I'm multitasking here, right? Because I cannot do more than one things at one time. I will get all confused, and I meant to share this to my group page, but I was going to the my Blue Letter Bible because there is a word here that I want to dig deeper. Let me wipe off the lip gloss, dig a little bit deeper into. So give me a moment. In the meantime, you can share this broadcast out, and let me just share this to my group. Not going to take long. Jesus, Joan, Journal, JJ, week 3, day. See, before we could share to our group, right? When we're setting up our StreamYard, but now we can. So we have to share once it goes live. All right. So I'm done with that. It's shared over there. So I have to go to my Blue Letter Bible now, which is one of my favorite Bibles because it's so easy to interpret things. Good morning, Sister Cheryl. I love the Blue Letter Bible because not only does it give you Hebrew, it gives you Greek, it gives you all the meaning, it gives you the root word in all it's so incredible. So I like when I see certain words in our regular Bible that I go and look for it. So Proverbs 11 and verse 1 says, "The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him." So I wanted to go and look at dishonest scales. That was the reason why I came to this. So when I went to the Amplified Bible, right? And literally the Amplified Bible kind of breaks it down a little bit more, because it says a false, balance, and dishonest business practices. Hello? A false, balance, and dishonest business practices are extremely offensive to the Lord, but an accurate scale is his delight. And when you think about accurate scale, right, I want to go down and I want to find the word scale and what it means, right? So, scale actually means a weight. You know, like you have a scale and you put something on it and then it weighs something. Good morning, Sister Janet. And it weighs something. So it actually means a scale. So when you see the word dishonest scales, it's like a weight. It's like what you do, right? What you put on, how you measure something. And the Hebrew word is Heben, E-H-B-E. Well, it's pronounced E-H-B-E-N, but it's E-B-E-N, and it's pronounced Heben, right? And it means to build. It's from the root word, the Hebrew root word to build. And it means, motionless, firmness, solidity, something that's solid. And then there are other things like it says, it's a sacred object as memorial Samuel set up to mark where God helped Israel to defeat the Philistines. It means stones containing weight. So it means something solid. It means something weighty. It means something that's balanced. It means something that's hard, something that's a rock. So the Lord detests, right, when we do dishonest things with how we measure ourselves. We can't measure dishonesty, but accurate weights find favor with him. Accurate, go back to the meaning of weights. Accurate material, accurate discipline, accurate behavior, right? All the things that people measure. People measure your behavior. They measure your attitude. They measure your integrity, right? They measure your honesty, right? So honesty and integrity finds favor with him. And we're talking about business practices today, right? Honesty, scales, and integrity. So no matter what it is you're doing for the Lord, when it comes on to your gifts and your skills and working in ministry or working even in your 9 to 5 or your 5 to 9, right? God will always bless honesty, because that's the scale by which you are measured, right? So I wanted to break that down, because people might see the Lord detests dishonest scales and wonder, what are you talking about? They're talking about you. The Bible is talking about your behavior, your integrity, your honesty, how you operate, what you do, what you say, the words you speak, how you behave. All of that is a weight. All of that is a scale. All of that means you are being weighed. Like, right? I don't want to use the word judged, but you're being weighed in how you perform, in how you show up, right? And so today I have 3 speaking points, which I usually do every day. And the first one is be honest in the small deals. They matter most. When you're honest in the little things, they matter even more than the big things. Be honest in how you speak. Be honest in who you are, right? You don't have to pretend to be someone you're not. You don't have to pretend because everybody else is doing it. And I'm going to say something that might offend some people, but this is just my perception, my views, right? How I feel. And I think I've mentioned this in the past, but there's so often I go on TikTok, right? And TikTok for me is like a fun getaway. It's like, for me, TikTok is like, oh, I'm just going to do a little drive by, a little drive through. So I'll just drive over to them TikTok streets and just laugh a little bit, and then I'm gone again. But every second person on TikTok is trying to tell you how to go viral on TikTok. So every second video you see, they're telling you what to do. Start from the bottom, share this post, like this post, comment on this post, watch it for at least 30 seconds, and then share it. Like, share it, save it, comment, like it, follow me. Right? That's all the things that's going up on the side of the TikTok post, right? And every second person is doing it. And it's telling you, I went from 76 views today to 40,000 views. What does that do to you? What does that mean? Are you getting paid for the views? Probably they are. But I don't want to do that because that's not me. I don't want to, right? So in knowing who I am, I don't have to follow the masses. I don't have to follow the crowd. I am in this world, but not of this world. I don't have to follow you. I don't have to follow what you're saying. You can't bamboozle me into doing that. You can't guilt me into doing that. You can't bully me into doing that. And there's so often when I feel like coaches and people out here are bullying you into doing that. Like, I just let me be honest and let me be me. Let me be Joan. Do I need a coach? I do have one, but do I need coaching to help me get to the, absolutely. We all do. Because even a coach needs a coach. But do not bully me, not bullet me. That bullet me is right too. Do not bully me. Do not guilt trip me into going over there and doing the things. Posting 5 videos a day and 10 videos a night. Yesterday, I was watching a friend of mine and she said, every time you open TikTok, do a video. She said, every time you open it, do a video. She said, I go on TikTok 27 times a day, but I don't do 27 videos. I do like 5 or 6 videos a day. Good for you. I love it. I love that you're doing that. But baby, I don't want to go on TikTok 27 times a day. Now, if you want to, you go do that. But when you show up, be yourself. Be yourself. You don't have to be following everybody else. You don't have to be posting about how you put on your lipstick. You don't have to be posting about how you put on your makeup. Now, if you're an influencer and makeup and lipstick is your thing, I get it. But if you are a coach, let me stop right there. I do not have that time, sis, to go on there 27 times a day. I would lose my mind. Because all that scrolling is taking away from the productivity of the gift and skills that God gives me to steward, right? We talked about stewardship on Monday. How are you stewarding your time? And let me tell you, social media will keep you on it for 8 hours. There's now something called a social media neck. A social media neck. Why? Because on social media, your head is always bent. So now people are having these pain in their necks and in the top of their vertebrae that they're having to go and get massages because of the social media neck. Like, I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know that was a thing. Kids are having it too. Kids are getting it. I saw a psychologist came on something I was watching and she said kids are getting this like hunch in their spine because so many of our kids are like, bent over and doing and on their phone, on their tablets all day, every day. And so there is this curve that's happening at the top of their spine. And I'm like, oh my God. So she came online and she literally was showing the viewers how children should read their tablets. They should lay on their stomach, put their elbows up, right? And be on their phone, which means don't sit and and slouch. Don't sit and slouch, but they should lay on their stomach, hold their shoulders back on their elbows and they can watch it that way. Whoa, they even have to come up with, alternative way for kids to read thing. I don't want to do that. It just shows you where our world is at the time that we are living in. And I'm not knocking anyone who social media is their way to their business and to their money. I get it, because it is my way to my business and my money as well. But I want to be me. I want to be me. I don't want to have to follow everybody. I don't want to have to do what you're telling me that I have to do. I don't want to post 5 videos on TikTok every day. I want to post my one in the morning or in the evening, and I call it a wrap. And yes, so what? So what if I'm not viral? Like, I don't need to be viral, but that's me. That is Joan T. Randall, right? You do you, but it goes back to being honest in the small deals, because they matter most, and being you, authentic you. Whether it's reporting, whether it's tipping, whether it's giving credit, integrity starts small. Louis said it messes with your posture and causes your body to ache. That is the truth. Like, all these kids are walking around like, I'm driving past sometimes and I see these kids waiting on the school bus and their shoulders are slouched. And they're 11, 12, 13. Because of how many times, I can't tell you how many times I see kids standing on this, waiting for the school bus. And I'm driving past and they do not see me. They're walking and their head is this, like this. And they don't look up for the cars. The only time they may look up is if you honk your horns. And don't even honk your horn when they have their headphones in, because they're not hearing you. They're in their phone, headphones in, and they can't hear you. And they're oblivious to the world. Right? So be you all the time. Don't be forced or bullied into doing what everybody else is doing, because we are all individuals, right? And integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is looking. And we're talking about accurate weights find favor with God. God watches how you handle your money, because we're talking about business. God watches how you handle money. And he wants to see how you handle that $100 before you can handle that $10,000. And I think my sister Lexi's on. Lexi, can you drop your link to your book? Because Stop Begging God for Money is an incredible read. It's downstairs, because normally I do my thing downstairs, but this time I'm like, I'm doing it in my office. But Stop Begging God for Money is an incredible book, very practical as to how you can steward your money, right? We go and we pray and we ask God for the things, but then we have $100 and we're not stewarding it well. What are we doing with it, right? So God favors flows where honesty leads, even when no one's checking the receipts. That's what Proverbs 11 and verse 1 is saying to us. Point number 2 that I want to make, right? Build a reputation you don't have to keep explaining. Man, I'm telling you, build a reputation that you don't have. Why is that little bubble there? Build a reputation that you don't have to keep explaining. Like, if I go to Facebook, you need to see Joan as Joan. Joan is an elder. Joan is an author. Joan is a publisher. Joan does ministry. Joan does her mission and her marketplace thing. She's a realtor. That's Joan. That's me. I can be loud when I need to get my point across, and I'm very passionate. So even if you go back 9 years and look at a video from me, it's the same person you see, like excited and bubbly and, the things. It's me. And it's me on Facebook. It's me on TikTok. It's me on Instagram. It's me on LinkedIn. It is just always me. I don't have to keep explaining to you who I am. Like you don't see me here one way and then see me out on the street another way, or you don't see me here one thing. You don't have to like, what is she doing now? Yeah, I do a lot. So you might say, oh my God, how does she do so many things? Because I believe that God has given me the capacity. And I am a student for knowledge. I love to learn. I love to understand. I love to challenge myself, right? Challenge myself to sometimes difficult things. I challenge myself a lot, and some of them I fail, and some of them I pass. I'm not even going to say successful. Some of them I pass, but it is me. My reputation speaks for itself. I don't have to keep explaining it to you, because no matter where you go, it's Dr. Joan, or it's Joan, or it's Elder Joan, or whatever you choose to call me, or it's just Joan, right? I don't have to keep explaining who I am, because my reputation speaks for the character and integrity of Joan, right? My name is my brand. And whether I am here in front of you on Facebook or YouTube or wherever I broadcast, or I'm in the grocery store, or I'm in a real estate meeting, I am the same person. And I'm always talking about Jesus. I'm always talking about Jesus. Always, always. I told you a couple of days ago, there was a time when I was afraid to use Jesus in my business, and the Lord convicted me. And that's when I started coming online and talking about, scriptures. Right. So I'm always going to be me, and I'm always going to talk about Jesus because I love him. Right. Whether you call him Messiah, whether you call him Rabbi, whether you call him Yeshua, whatever, I am going to talk about him. All right. So be known as someone whose word is good, who delivers on time, and who owns up when things go wrong. I'm going to give you this is crazy. So yesterday I had a real estate meeting, right? First of all, let me tell you, out in these real estate streets, things are different. And so full transparency, my broker in charge, which is a BIC, right? Because when you get your license for real estate, you hang it under a broker in charge, right? A BIC, right? You have, like, unless you're an independent realtor where you're just out there working on yourself and you're not connected to an agency. I am with Keller Williams, so I'm connected to an agency. So my broker in charge said to me, she said, Joan, I love your videos. And I'm like, you see them? She said, yeah. But she said, you can't say certain words now in this day and age in real estate. And I'm like what? You cannot say master bedroom. Huh? You cannot use the word master bedroom anymore. I'm like, what? She said, no, it's called primary bedroom. I'm like, OMG. And you know how those bathrooms are in between two rooms? Jack and Jill is you cannot say Jack and Jill anymore. So you have to say, like a double entrance bathroom, right? Double entrance bathroom. And you have to say primary bedroom. I'm like, Lord. And you can't say closet. You can't say the word walk-in closet. You cannot say that. I'm like, what? You cannot say master bedroom. You cannot say Jack and Jill bathroom. And you cannot say walk-in closet. I am like, OMG. So shocked. But I learned something, right? I don't even know why I shared that with you, but I shared that with you because it says you have to be someone who owns up when things go wrong. So I said to her, my bad. I am going to have to delete that video because I didn't know that there were lawsuits about that stuff. Like, because you can't use the word master because it denotes some like slavery. You cannot use Jack and Jill because it could be Jack and Jack or Jill and Jill. And you cannot say closet because, yeah. But that's something I learned yesterday. So I said, oh my God, so sorry, right? I needed so now every video I do for my real estate thing, I've got to send it to my BIC so she can approve it before I post it. That's the day and age we're living in. But I understand. I get it, right? I get why we have to protect ourselves because I have a license, right? And my license is the North Carolina Real Estate Commission. There are laws and there are rules, and my license is important to me. And I do not want to have an infraction on my license because of something I say on social media. Yes, I'm telling you, sis. Um, Pastor Lexi said you definitely consistent who you. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you. Right. I'm like, OMG, I can't say walk in closet. I'm like, whoa. And Janet said, wow, you learned something new every day. Let me tell you, yesterday that shocked me. All right. So integrity buys trust, and trust is the currency of influence and opportunity. Shakwe said, what? Yeah. Integrity buys trust, and trust is the currency of influence and opportunity. I'm telling you, it's like when you show up with honesty, integrity, transparency, people like that. People do business or partner with people they know, they like, and they trust. I am doing a cohort right now, and shout out to the ladies in the cohort. I want to shout out my girl, Janet Jacobs, right? Janet Jacobs is writing her very first solo book, and she is in my self-publishing cohort. And her book is called, Janet, drop the name of your book in the chat, but it's her journey to sobriety, right? Or breaking the bottle or overcoming the bottle, but drop the name of your book in the chat. And when I saw how she put herself out there to share this very deep struggle that she had with alcohol abuse, and how she is now writing about it to change people's life. Escaping the bottle. Thank you, Elder Lexi. Escaping the bottle. When I realize how she is opening herself for her transparency, it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's a beautiful thing to watch. So be authentic, be you, be yourself, because that level of transparency, escaping the bottle, my journey to sobriety, Janet Jacobs is writing this book. That level of transparency, that level of honesty, that level of truth, the only thing it's going to do for Janet is to get people to know her, to like her, and to trust her, because she is being honest about a struggle she had, how she overcame it, and the fact that she can now help others do the same thing. Right? So point number 1, we talked about be honest in the small deals, they matter the most. Point number 2, we talked about build a reputation. You don't have to keep explaining. And then point number 3, resist the shortcut, choose the long game. I remember as a little girl, my mother used to say, shortcut brings the blood, long cut brings the sweat. So basically she's saying, if you take a shortcut, you're going to get cut. But if you take the long road, you're going to sweat, but it's going to produce. Is going to have its rewards, right? So she's like, don't take no shortcut because you're going to get cut. But if you take the long road, yes, you're going to sweat because it's longer, but you're going to produce and it's going to bring a reward. And I'm telling you, my mom was wise in saying that, right? Social media makes it tempting to inflate success or rush progress, right? But kingdom business is about lasting fruit and not instant hype. That's what we're talking about. Kingdom business. All of these Facebook Lives that I've been doing since July 1st is about legacy building for believers. It's about knowing you. It's about knowing what you have. It's about, the power of the pen, and it's now building business legacy, right? These are just practical steps. These are just tips and tools of doing that. Shortcuts may get you attention today, but it will cost you credibility tomorrow. Just do the thing. Just do it the right way, right? Stay consistent, stay excellent, and let your work speak for you. Let your work speak for you, right? God's favor flows where honesty leads, even when no one's checking the receipts, right? Reputation opens doors that hustle alone can't. I'm going to say that one more time. I love saying things twice when I like it. Reputation opens doors that hustle alone cannot. I know we like to hustle, but man, when you true to who you are, that's a reputation that opens doors for you. You don't know who is watching. They will never like, they may not comment. You don't know who is watching. So be true to you, right? What you compromise to get, you will have to compromise to keep. So you got to put up this facade. If you compromise to get it, you put up a facade and you compromise who you are, your character, your integrity, your honesty. You're going to have to keep it that way so you can pretend, right? That's why I hear so many people talk about, what is this term that they use? Oh my God, I can never remember this. It's like, it will come to me. It will come to me. But stay consistent, stay excellent, and let your work speak for you. All right. So today, I always give you a declaration and I always give you a journal prompt. Every time I say certain words, those balloons go up. So here's your declaration for today. I choose honesty over shortcuts, knowing that favor and legacy follow integrity. That's your declaration today. I choose honesty over shortcuts, knowing that favor and legacy follow integrity. And then your journal prompt for today is this. What is one practical way that you can commit to greater honesty and integrity in your work or relationships this week? What you compromise? Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Ronnie. Thank you for joining, darling. What is one practical way you can commit to greater honesty and integrity in your work or your relationship this week? Right? So that's all I have for you today with Jesus, Joan, and Journal. This week we are in building business, kingdom businesses. And today we talked about honest scales and integrity. And I'm just going to change the word scales to honest weight, right? The weight of who you are, the weight that you carry, right? Who are you? How do you show up in everywhere? Don't be one person here and one person there to please the crowd. Some people are like chameleons. Like they go into a blue room, they change to blue. They go into a green room, they change to green. They go into a pink room, they change to pink. I can't do that. If I go into a blue room and you want me to change to blue, I gotta go because that's not my crowd. That's not my peeps. I can't change. I have to be who I am. Right? All right. So that's all I have for you today. Shakwese, congratulations on sharing your journey and willingness to the world. Absolutely. And I'm sure you're talking about Janet. All right. Miss Ronnie also has a book. We're going to talk about, probably we'll touch base on her book tomorrow. So Miss Ronnie, if you're here tomorrow, we'll talk about your book that is coming out in August. All right. And listen, if anybody that's watching the live today that is interested in being a part of our next cohort, which starts the end of September, beginning of October, drop me a DM because these ladies are writing books in 30 days and publishing them in 30 days. So in 2 months, we have people that are writing and publishing and marketing their own books. And if you feel like this is your time to write your book and publish your book, we do a cohort where we help you do that. We walk you through the steps. So the next cohort is end of September, beginning of October. If you're interested, DM me, right? Just go to my Facebook page, go to message, send me a DM. I will put you on the list for the October cohort. All right, that's all I have today. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you for joining me this morning. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, 8 o'clock. Bye, guys. Love you.